Earlier this week, Republican leaders, including Jim Jordan, were pressuring Alvin Bragg, the DA looking into Donald Trump when it comes to the hush money payments, to now testify before Congress because they like Trump and they want to defend him. That's basically it. Well, he has now responded to it, saying the investigation into Trump, quote, has been conducted consistently with the district attorney's oath to faithfully execute the laws of the state of New York. But the Republicans' letter was an unprecedented inquiry into a pending local prosecution and, quote, only came after Donald Trump created a false expectation that he would be arrested the next day, and his lawyers reportedly urged you to intervene. Neither fact is a legitimate basis for congressional inquiry. He also, by the way, even though it doesn't seem like this would be necessary, pointed out why he, as a state official, is allowed to look into these sorts of things. He laid out the laws empowering his office to conduct prosecutions, the quote, quintessential police powers belonging to the state, and accused the Republicans of treading into territory very clearly reserved to the states with an indefensible congressional inquiry that was being, quote, conducted solely for the personal aggrandizement, thank you, of the investigators or to punish those investigated, which is obvious. And by the way, like if you don't like Jim Jordan, it's clear why he's doing this. If you like Jim Jordan, first of all, seek help. Also, you know why he's doing this. Everyone on every side of this understands why it's proceeding the way that it is when it comes to congressional Republicans. But they do not, so far as I know, have any capacity to stop him from doing this investigation, which also, again, might flame out in a million different ways. And we have very good reason to believe that it will, considering how everything in America has gone over the past 5 years or so. What do you think, Brett?
It is very obvious that people like Jim Jordan only exist to put their face on camera, talk very fast, and hope people don't remember that he was at the Ohio State University when assault claims, sexual assault allegations arose. That is obvious. What's fascinating is that this investigation was triggered not by investigative reporting, not by actual proven inside sources, not by any of that, but by Donald Trump saying, I'm gonna get arrested. Which, based on intelligence Trump has acted on in the past in multiple situations, he's not great at really vetting his sources. And 700, however many court cases he's tried to bring before a judge regarding his own election, those have failed. The guy's not trustworthy with any of this. I'm not convinced that they were actually going to indict him. But even if it's true they were going to indict him, Jim Jordan is gonna do this nonsense no matter what. They have like the committee to investigate the committee to investigate the committee going on in Congress. And this is at the same time when they say there's too many committees and too many government investigations. It's nonsense, it's stupid. This is all just a chance for people on the right to play martyr so that they can say, Donald Trump, it's so unfair for him and I'm a victim too, even though I have everything going for me. And then people who are kind of like people who aren't really suffering the consequences of the day-to-day fallout of the Donald Trump administration. People in big cities are like, oh my God, I just want to see him get arrested. And for better or for worse, I think that's kind of fun. Like it would be fun to watch him get arrested. What does it mean for everybody who's talking about the slippery slope of like locking up your political opponents? You have no leg to stand on because Donald Trump got into office saying lock her up for stuff that was essentially like, where was your email server?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? And the conclusion I can make is discourse in America, this show aside, is just so damn stupid. No one has their eyes on any eyes.
Yeah, including this program. But anyway, and especially because I agree with you, it would be fun. Now, and him coming into office, with the locker up does not mean that he thereby deserves retribution. The charges still have to be accurate. And that's why we've said from the very beginning that people can have a preference as to which of the many investigations would be the one that would result in him being arrested. I personally feel like stuff having to do with January 6th, the call to Georgia, is the most worrying when it comes to the future of democracy. But yeah, no, he doesn't just get to be immune to the law because he's prominent. That's not how, I was gonna say that's not how it works. No, that is how it works. That's not how it should work, to be clear.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.